All right, awesome. This is the Texas Cornhole Show. Jonathan Zarzinski, Grant Upchurch. 2 special guests today. Grant?
We have Justin Burton Jr., the current reigning national champion in singles and doubles. And then we have Sammy Soto, the reigning second place singles signature series finisher.
That's me.
I think Sammy's number 1 in TCL right now. I think if you pull up the
yes,
stats, yeah.
Yes.
And Justin's number 1 in ACL too.
Yes, currently, yeah.
Yeah, so y'all are all right. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty good cornhole players.
So real quick, just to hop in, we're going to talk about the current events. What's going on? These guys literally just got back from conference. Both of them did really well. But I want to jump into Sig 3. All right, y'all are in the championship. Y'all have that really long game in singles. 20 frames in, what's really going through y'all's heads?
I got to put up a blocker soon, or he won't miss.
You never did.
And I never did.
I mean, I was down for most of the game, so I was just trying to not miss because he wasn't missing either.
So I've heard that you're a country song listener whenever you like to play. Okay, hey, fits your vibe, that's good. What do you listen to when you play?
Usually more like rap or like hip hop. I don't really like slow music, or else it gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
Okay, so well, 40, I mean, how many frames? 40?
It was 38.
Oh, 38. Yeah. So almost 40. 38 frames. That's a long time to play. I almost fell asleep.
And the stats were crazy. I think you hit how many bags in a row? Was it
40, I think.
40 bags in a row in the hole to put this guy away. That's a pretty high level cornhole.
It's pretty annoying too.
Well, yeah, I watch that and I think well, I'm never going to be at that level.
You said the same thing when Geary, or was it Jimmy McGuffin?
Yeah. Nothing but airmails in the whole tournament?
Yes.
And it was just saying, my bags are too slow, so I just threw airmails the whole time.
Well, he did pretty good, didn't he?
I figured cornhole was over, but, where is he now, right? He still competes, but...
Okay, so rumor has it that Greg, who was his partner, got into a little bit of trouble, so he's no longer not only a pro, but he ain't no longer hanging out with cornhole people in general. And then I think Jimmy just stopped playing after that. He ran it with, is he still a pro?
Yeah, I think he's partners with
Damon Dennis. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Are they a good team?
Yeah, they finished pretty well at the national, I think. I'm not sure exactly what place, but I saw they made a little bit of a run.
Just you ain't scared of them?
No.
Yeah, back in the day, so while I was a pro, Damon Dennis, I think, was ranked the number 1 pro. But, I mean, he's not the same guy now. And then he got a lot of talent coming up, so...
Yeah, so let me see if I got this straight, Justin. It's about over the last month, maybe, give or take a week. It was the Triple Crown that you swept. You got blind draw, singles, and doubles. And then it was the... Open number 10 and the pro shootout, and you guys won. You won singles open number 10. Am I right about this? You just keep
check with him. He's right
open
there.
Open number 10 just happened. It was last weekend. I won my bracket, but I got 3rd overall. I lost to Mark in the semifinals. But the nationals before that open.
It was the nationals.
Yeah. So y'all tied for 3rd overall. Both of y'all won y'all singles bracket and then lost the important game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
But you were on an incredible run, and you still are, right? You just won a tournament today, and then conference was yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think you won both singles and doubles.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd also hear you practice a lot. I'd love to hear about your practice routine.
Well, I normally don't practice a lot by myself. I like to play against other people, so like Logan or Sammy or another pro or whoever. I like to just play against people that are on the same level as me, and that's the only way you really can get better. I mean, playing by yourself, there's only so much you can do. But, I mean, sometimes if I'm by myself, I'll lay a block, try to practice airmails, or try to practice rolling. But most of the time I'm playing against people that are around the same level as me.
Is that true for both of you? Is that how you like to practice?
I usually like to practice by myself, but I used to practice a lot with Matt. Matt, he obviously lives with me, so I get a lot of practice in with him.
So when you're practicing by yourself, what are you doing?
Slide it in the hole.
Just slide game the whole time?
Yeah. I don't usually like to put up blockers. I just throw it in the hole.
That's boring.
Yeah.
But so when y'all practice, okay, so when y'all are doing like a group session, are y'all just playing against each other the whole time, running cash games, or just running normal games? How do y'all go
Yeah,
about
so
it?
like when I go to Logan's house, we go to like this place called Caldwell, and there'll be all the Texas pros will come, like AJ, Eddie, all them, and we'll just run like $5 cash games. That way we do cash games. That way it's more serious, and we're actually trying, because you can just play like just for fun against each other, but you'll start going for stupid shots that you would never do in a game. So we'll do cash games and we play for real. And so that's the way we get good
My
practice.
game is stupid shots. So conference just happened. All right, y'all got to see all the Texas pros. So I'm curious to know, in y'all's opinion, where does Texas stack up to the rest of the nation when it comes to talent?
I think Texas is one of the best
Yeah,
states in the
I'd
country.
agree.
I think we have one of the best conferences, if not the best.
So who is y'all's, I guess, let's not say pros, who's y'all's top 5 players in Texas right now? No order. You don't have to put an order.
I'll go Eddie, AJ, Sammy.
Yourself.
Okay, I'll put myself. And then KB.
Wait, Sammy?
Yes.
I said non-pro. He doesn't have to be,
Doesn't have to be a pro?
because clearly Sammy is a top 5 player in the state. Clearly.
Yeah,
no one
no
can
doubt.
debate that, right?
Yep.
So I'm surprised you put KB in there instead of Gavin, to be honest with you.
Well, Gavin's kind of in Oklahoma now, but KB,
Yeah, he is.
I mean, we're all around the same level. It's hard to do a top 5. But, I mean, a lot of people are interchangeable. Like Gavin and KB are pretty interchangeable.
Okay, so give me a top 10 then.
God.
So,
I'll throw Gavin
so
in
those
there.
5, and then you have Gavin, that's 6.
Yeah.
You gotta say Logan.
Yeah, Logan. Whoever I said.
3 more spots.
3 more spots.
And let's say Southwest Conference. Let's get out of Texas. Southwest
Okay,
Conference.
Okay, I'll do Creek Killer, Foreman, and then
I have one on my mind.
Like the Cobbs.
Dylan Turpin.
yes,
Oh.
yeah,
Dylan Turpin.
yeah.
I think that's your top
Yeah.
10 in the Southwest Conference. I'd agree with that.
I'm surprised. I was thinking Grant.
No.
Grant didn't make the list. Are we thinking ACL?
Here's the deal. I got to go play in some of those conference events to put myself in the rankings, right? I mean, you just saw what happened in doubles. I ain't putting myself in top 10 right now.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Thank you.
Some of those blockers are terrible, dude. They're so far.
I'm just trying to get used to those greens because I know that's what I'm going to have to throw in Signature Series. To get the most out of one, I have to throw a slow bag. So I got to pick up my skirt and throw.
It's about time. I mean, we're a week out. 5
Leave me
days?
alone.
All right.
This isn't about me.
That's right. Moving on. Top 10. How about you, Sammy?
I gotta only name 5. I don't know that many people in Texas. I'm going with AJ, Eddie, Justin, Gavin, if he's considered Texas, and probably Logan. Yep.
Okay, so who's y'all's partners going into Signature Series next week?
I'm playing with Ryland Claver.
Sammy?
Matt Longoria.
How are y'all feeling about it?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I've been throwing pretty good lately, and I know Ryland has too, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
You and Rylan throw the same bags?
Yeah, we both throw Kratos.
Okay, so y'all are comfortable.
Yeah.
And do y'all like, does he like on board? Because you seem to like off board.
I like both, but when we normally play, I play off. Because we played a couple tournaments together, and I throw off board normally.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think y'all how many SIGs have you won so far? So surely you can keep it rolling, right?
I'm going to try.
Yeah,
All
how
right.
many have you won?
So I won 3 doubles last season. I won 1 singles last season. Then I've won all 3 singles this season and 2 doubles this season.
Was there like a point in time where, when did you start becoming dominant? You've been pretty dominant lately. Like, what happened? Was there a moment, or was it just putting in the work and it finally
I mean,
occurred?
it's really just putting in the work and practicing, putting in the time. Because, I mean, this is all I do, and it's basically my job, so I have to put in the time to do good in it.
So going away from conference, what's the next big ACL event for y'all?
In 2 weeks, we have the Fort Worth shootout.
Okay, so they're doing the pros versus Joe's thing too.
Yeah.
So are you going to be one of the pros in the event?
I know Logan is. I'm not sure if I am. I think I'm probably going to, though.
Okay, are you playing in that event as a Joe?
Yeah, I'm planning to.
You should.
Is there going to be anything else going on besides that event?
No, it's just a shootout.
Okay, just the shootouts, no open or anything like that. Why? Do y'all know why they did that at all?
I have no idea. That's just how they schedule
I
it.
mean, I have a theory. You want to hear my theory?
Sure.
my theory is they don't. ACL really doesn't have a presence in this area, so they want to come bring out their pros, throw a pro shootout here, and get the normal players here to come try to get a pro player to play more ACL to be in the environment. Here's the thing. Last year when Fort Worth had a open, it was dog shit. It was fucking horrible. I mean, we were playing outside on a windy street outside the something arena, wherever
Dickies.
it was. Yeah, the Dickies Arena. It was horrible, and every person walked away from that event and said, "That's why I don't play ACL." Every single one. It's kind of the same thing that happened with the conference recently. Anyone that's played TCL went to that conference, and I've saw a lot of people on Facebook walking away from it saying, "That's why I don't want to play ACL." So why is it y'all think that ACL can't get a presence here? Not sure.
I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because seriously, it's a hard question. Why hasn't it happened yet?
Well, I think just TCL has a super strong presence, and they're going to have to provide a product. ACL is going to have to provide a product that competes with TCL, and I just don't think they've done that yet.
In y'all's opinion, okay, there is a signature series coming up, and then y'all have an open to go to. Which event are y'all going to go to? Let's just say a normal SIG and an open, and they're both within 50 miles of you. Which event do y'all go to?
Does the open have a shootout with it, or just open?
Just an open.
I'd go to the SIG.
I'm thinking more money. Can I ask about money? Is that off? Does ACL publish what their payouts are?
Yes, normally, yeah.
Oh, so it's not
they
private?
they post the results after the tournament's over.
So typically at open, what does first place walk away with?
It depends, but I'd say I average around like 2,000 or more.
Okay, compared to a signature series, first place you walk away with what?
1,000.
Okay.
Okay, and so your goal as an ACL pro, I'm thinking, is to win one of these shootouts, because that's where the big money is my understanding. At the end of the season, they write you a big check.
Yeah, so for the shootout, if you win a shootout, you get to the pro shootout championships or whatever. And last season, I'm not sure if it's the same payouts, but singles was 40,000 and doubles was 100,000 if you win.
So I got screwed in that, by the way, when I was a pro. So before it was called a pro shootout, I won what that pro shootout was back then. It wasn't the same name, but the same concept. Well, in doubles, they guaranteed payouts to everyone that qualified. In singles, they didn't do that. Assholes. So I played Jamie Graham first game, first game, I lost. And by the way, this is back when they limited the frames. So it was like, not saying I would have won, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So I was so pissed. I feel like I got robbed right in front of me.
Well, rules change. Speaking of rules, all right, we've had some exciting drama that happened recently in ACL. While you guys were at conference, there was a shootout and an open number 11. And it was Fisher Hamilton. It was Gavin Cano's partner in one of the recent events. And we'd actually talked about this on our last show. And Fisher crossed the center line, okay? It was a 5-5 wash, and on the final bag, Fisher crossed over the center line. Josh Keck from ACL comes up and ends up saying, hey, it's 6 points the other way, right? So what was interesting to me is a rules official just kind of showed up and enforced a rule, right? And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are. First, do you care if people cross the line? Because you play both TCL and ACL.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
Does it bother you at all?
No.
What if they're getting in your way, like they're crossing in front of you?
I mean, if you're throwing that fast to where as soon as they're done throwing and they're in your lane, I mean, I think you should slow down a little bit. But, I mean, if they're coming all the way across the board, then that's a problem. But most people that I've played against, I haven't really seen anybody do that. But, I mean, people crossing the line doesn't bother me, really.
And to clarify, this is Fisher's last bag that he crossed the line. It was it was the last bag of the frame.
I believe that's correct, yes.
So Trey Ryder commented on the video of all this and said, when utilizing a follow-through step, players may never cross the center line plane of the board into the opponent's lane for the entire length of the court. Doing so will be penalized the same as a bag touching violation as outlined in whatever. That's a really long explanation. Why not just say you can't cross the line?
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Sam? Does it bother you when somebody crosses the line?
I mean, a little bit. If they're like staying over there for a while and like doing it every time, then yeah, it does bother me. But going forward with your shot, then no. Like Frank Maudlin, he goes forward with it.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't really bother me.
All right, well, how about a rules official just showing up and enforcing a rule? Because typically the player has to call the rule on the other player.
Yeah.
Right? But here we had a rules official just showing up and enforcing a rule.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody went and complained to him about it or something. I have no idea.
Which I'd imagine is the case because Josh Keck ain't paying attention to all these games.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. So someone had to go complain to him, and Fisher does do it. I mean, he crosses that middle line a lot. I saw him do it against Sammy. So I think the complaint was made about Fisher, and then Josh Keck just kept an eye on him from then on.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
So another bit of drama, there was an ACL pro named Trevor Brooks, all right? Him and this other pro that was doubles, him and this other pro were playing against each other, right? And the dad of, not Trevor Brooks, the dad of the pro he was playing against was filming and kind of just mouthy. Not offensive mouthy, but mouthy altogether. So Trevor's been drinking a little bit, so even if you're mouthy a little bit, he made a comment, right? And they kind of got into a back and forth. Trevor Brooks ends up getting kicked out of the event. So this is what really, I guess, ticked off the other team, right? Trevor Brooks would throw, the bags would be done moving for 5 seconds, and then he'd give a reaction when the other guy's trying to throw.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, how do y'all feel about that kind of stuff? Does that kind of stuff bother y'all, or do you think, even if it doesn't bother you, because y'all are just awesome, right? Do y'all think it should be allowed? Do you think you should almost have to take a step back?
I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I know it doesn't bother people. Other people, like especially like Logan, people get distracted easily.
Noted.
Well, but I'm surprised Logan doesn't wear headphones. And you do though.
I do.
I've noticed.
I just recently started wearing them. I used to not, but I wore them for one tournament, and I did really good, and so I liked it, and so I just kept wearing them. And
So
now,
do you know that you're taking out your headphones when you know the game's won? Like even if the guy has a bag to throw, you start taking off your headphones when it's game over.
Yeah.
Do you know Gary
Everyone
Kasparov?
does that.
Everyone does that?
Everyone.
I noticed it with him. I also noticed you threw your expensive AirPods after you lost a game recently.
Yeah, I was mad.
I was like, dude, those are like $250. You just ricochet.
I don't care. I'll win a tournament. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of drama just going on lately. Do y'all think that the ACL rules are black and white, or do you think it's really up for interpretation?
I mean, there's some gray area and some rules, but I mean, I don't really know. Like especially like the stepping over rule. Some people think it should be allowed. Some people doesn't. Some
What do
people
y'all
it
think it
anyways.
should be?
I think people should be able to step over. It doesn't really matter.
But why?
I mean, if like you say you're going for a push and you got to throw it with more force, I mean that force is going to take you forward. I mean, it's really hard to stop it without you like falling over on your face.
But I never see you cross the line.
Oh well, I try not to in TCL because
He's
people
got the biggest arms in
people
TCU.
will call it, but in ACL I do. Like if I go for a push in ACL, I do it all the time.
Oh, okay. I just
And I used to do it in ACL to a point too. But my biggest thing on it is if you can make a rule black and white and stop all this arguing over who did this, who did that, why not just make the rule black and white? Who are they trying to protect? Frank Modelin's who they're trying to protect.
It seems like it. Or it's not a more interesting thing to watch from my perspective. The fact that they cross over the line, it's almost distracting.
Yeah.
So going back to the Trevor Brooks situation, he clapped at a backswing. Another one he did was one of these, like, oh, what happened there?
Yeah.
But like his hand was kind of over by the other guy when he was throwing.
Mm-hmm.
It was total moves to distract him. And there's a lot of people that are saying on Facebook that it's part of the game. You know, it's just gamesmanship, and he's getting in your head.
But anyone with eyes can tell that his reaction is delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
He's doing it on purpose.
Yes. But, hey,
It's just trying to get in your head.
Trevor Brooks, way to shut all them up because, dude, they were talking at him, whatever. He took a step back, and the cameraman, the dad or whatever, says, just shut up and throw the bag, trying to be tough guy.
Yeah.
Trevor Brooks go, make me. I'm going to go get the ACL, guys.
Yeah, it was something like, none of you can shut me up. He
Yes.
said all kinds of funny stuff.
Oh, it was hilarious. But he was wrong, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, he was drunk. But what about the guy recording, right? So you got somebody live streaming right behind you, and he's chit-chatting, and he's talking shit about you. Because he was. He was
Yes.
not saying nice things about Trevor Brooks.
No.
It was like, these guys over here. And it was Bernascent and Brooks, which both guys are pretty legitimate cornhole players.
Yes.
And they're getting no respect from the commentator. He was calling him drunk. He was calling him names and being rude.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that...
Yes. He was just poking the bear. That's all he was doing. Because he knew he was the drunk guy. The drunk guy is always going to be the one that gets in trouble. So let me just keep on poking at him. It worked.
Well, should he have been kicked out of the ACL event?
I think if ACL saw the video and got the real, feel of what happened, that guy would have been out there too. Period.
You know, I want to just put something on the record here. I was never kicked out of an ACL event. I just want to make sure that's clear.
But I appreciate you being mouthy for me.
I was talked to, but I wasn't kicked out.
It was actually Trevor Brooks' partner, right? At the time?
Yeah, they
Berkeley
played
pair?
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played together.
Yeah.
But I wasn't kicked out. I was just talked to. But I didn't know that the ACL was that quiet environment. It's more like golf.
Yeah, it's a lot more serious.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Okay, so, and I don't think they want it to be a lot more serious. That's why it's got to be quiet. But I don't think if it's loud or if it's quiet, that dictates seriousness level. You are just as serious at a signature series as you would be an ACL event, period,
Yeah.
end of story. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. So I think that's not quite right. I think people are scared to be loud at ACL events, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, okay, one more thing I thought interesting about the Trevor Buck situation, drinking in Cornhole, right? I can't remember what the other one is, but there's been several instances. Oh, yeah, Needstead and Shimmerhorn. Did you hear their excuses on Big Ass Cornhole podcast?
I didn't watch their podcast.
So
I think we listened to y'all when we were heading back from Kansas. I think y'all said it in there.
Yeah.
It was his birthday or something like that.
were they drunk? From your perspective, did you think...
Oh, yeah, they were drunk. You could tell they've been drinking. I heard, it was Joe's birthday, so they'd been drinking a lot.
So, in your mind, does that... So, we have a window right here. I know nobody can see it, but we've had several people today come up to this window and think that no one's in here and, think it's like a mirror. Well, we just saw one guy pick his nose a little bit.
I think he was adjusting his nose hairs.
Oh, yeah.
making sure they're tucked
those
in.
get in the way.
Yeah, you want to look good.
But yeah, they try to say, to me, it's just they teed it up for an excuse. Oh, this is why we lost to Logan and Justin. It was one of our birthdays when we got drunk. That's what they teed it up to be. I'm not hearing it. I think it's embarrassing. I think if you got pros paying for you to go out to this event, you got sponsors paying for these pros to go out to the event and represent a company, you're going to get drunk on live television, not represent the company well, get your ass beat, and then you're going to go on a podcast, a national cornhole podcast, a Big Ass, and then say you were drunk to everybody. So to me, it's just embarrassing. You're not an adult.
Did they almost not let him on because they were kind of sauced?
I didn't hear anything about that.
Okay, that's one of the things he said. Oh, they almost didn't let
What
me
were
on.
they going to do?
Exactly. Go on. You're
Yeah.
going to play. Right?
Ghost 8?
Yeah. All right, so when you go to one of these events, do you have another set of bags? Because that was their other excuse. Like, we had to switch bags right before the
Yes,
match.
I always have like 2 or 3 sets of bags.
Yeah.
Okay, but 2 or 3 sets of bags that you're comfortable just picking up and throwing with that next game?
Yes, comfortable, yeah. I have all my bags broken into how I like them, and I've thrown all of them, so I'm used to all of them in case I do have to change.
Is it the same bag or different bags?
So I have 2 sets of the same bag, different colors, obviously, and then I have another set. So I have 2 wizards.
Okay.
2 sets of wizards, and I have a set of mercenaries.
What's the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer?
The sorcerer is all flat fill, and then it has a faster fast side.
Okay, so a wizard is...
It's a mixed fill, and it has a little bit slower fast side.
Okay. Okay, so you like having that little bit slower and fast side so you can push harder?
I just think the sorcerer fast side is just too fast for me. It doesn't really need
It
to be
is
that
fast.
It's
It's the
very
only
fast.
bag I can and one with, or not and one, bar of soap with.
Oh, hey, me too. What are you throwing in ACL, Sammy?
I usually throw a wizard, just because it'll bounce more for me and it still moves pretty good. I would throw a Viking like I used to, but the slick side kind of got slower. So
Just slick side on the Viking got slower?
yeah, no, it wasn't slower, but it's like just too slow for me
It's
to push.
the pro advantage slick side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what a mercenary is?
No, mercenary is just a regular slick side with
Mercenary has the same fast side as a wizard.
Yeah.
Got you.
The
Oh, okay,
Viking,
okay.
the Viking is what
Right.
they were talking about.
Sometimes he throws my mercenaries, which is what
Yeah.
he won in conference with last.
Well, I've noticed that Sammy never throws his own bags.
No,
Ever.
never.
We'll go to a
No.
signature series. He's digging through Haley's bag, digging through my bag. It's ridiculous. He knows what's in our bags too to go get. And then I'm sitting there wishing I could switch to a bag, and I don't have them.
Nice.
So, y'all been both having on a tear lately. Y'all been doing really, really well. I'm gonna check the time real quick, make sure we're not. Yeah, we're good on time.
What are we on
5
time?
minutes.
5 minutes
24 minutes.
All right, so have we covered all of the past and current events?
Yeah, I think we're up on current events. Anything we miss? Anything y'all want to talk about? y'all are so talkative.
Yeah.
Which makes sense with y'all's cornhole game. Y'all don't talk at all. I mean, me and Ryan were talking about it that today. Y'all are boring to play. Y'all are so boring. Just run your mouth just a little bit. Just a little bit. I was doing it. Y'all do it. Just a little bit.
No. I think it's great the way you play. Stay calm.
No. If you're at AJ's playing, if you're at AJ's playing doubles and your opponent is giving you some lip like I was, make a shot on me and let me hear about it. In that environment,
I let my game do the talk.
Yep.
Y'all are so boring.
So boring. Yeah, they're just gonna stand there and throw.
I'll talk after I win.
40 bags in a row.
No, you don't even talk then.
Well, I mean, the drunk stuff is kind of interesting, right? The Trevor Book story. So Bernasette wasn't drunk. So he's trying to hang in that game. He actually won that match for him.
Yeah.
Trevor Brooks did have a decent round to get some points. He gave up like a 7. They were tied at 12, gave up a 7. It was 19-12. And then Bernasette threw some great bags coming back. But what a disappointment. Like, you sign up to be a partner for a guy. Because in ACL, you have to kind of marry your partner for the season. Because you're ranked, your partners aren't you ranked with your partner as a team, not individually?
Yeah, so for doubles, yeah. But
Yeah.
you can change partners.
You can?
How does it
You
affect
start
your
over?
points?
So you get points only with that part. So like so right now, me and Logan, we have a certain amount of points, whatever. If I were to go play next national, say I had to play with Eddie or whoever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get both points. So like if me and Eddie were to win, I wouldn't get those points plus the ones I won with Logan. It would only be with that
Okay,
partner.
so you're incentivized to play with the same pro partner so you can finish high in ranking.
Yeah.
Eddie, you mentioned it was the national, but the last Open, you were playing. You both.
Yeah.
you
So
guys were playing with
opens
different
you can play. I mean, you can play with pretty much whoever you want.
partners. So you just mixed it up,
Yeah, we just decided to play with other people just for fun, just to play with other people to see how it goes.
and you were throwing Vipers.
Viper Arts, yeah.
Ours. What do you think of that bag?
I mean, I like it. It's all right. I mean, it's not like quite how I like it. I like it a little bit slower, and they don't like cut or roll as well as Wizards do. I mean, they still do it, just not as well.
A little faster, a little
Yeah.
slicker on the
Yeah.
slow side.
I think the ones you are throwing are a little fat.
Yeah, they were a little
I
fat.
know you really don't like a
But-
fat bag.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones I got, I've got a set of them, and yeah, it's a plump kind of fat bag, and it's super fast. I was surprised by that bag.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, me and Ty played Bill Hadley and Doug Zaft in doubles, and their Viper R's were like way floppy. And I was like, yeah, these feel nothing to like what Justin's throwing.
I think people mess with their bags. Like a Viper
Yeah.
R would be super easy to pop open, empty a little fill out, and seam it right back up.
The bag companies do the bags for each pro.
Oh, they make them special? That makes
Yes.
sense.
It also depends on like break-in method. Like certain break-in methods are gonna make them floppier or fuller.
Podium potion.
Podium potion. That's the only break in.
How do you break in your bags, Justin? Are you willing to share that secret?
I use toss sauce.
Oh, yeah? Which one? Nuked or?
How can I convince you to
Nuked, I'm
stop
pretty
using
sure.
toss sauce?
The toss sauce
I
works,
mean-
man.
We're going to
Everybody's
talk
got
about
their
this
favorite.
sponsorship right now. So,
Where's the contract?
so toss sauce, is it a soak method or you have to rub it into your bags?
So I don't think I do it how
Okay, how
people
does
normally
Justin
do
Burton Jr.
it. So how I break my bags in is I boil them. So
Okay.
I put them.
For shame.
Yeah. So I put them in the boiling water with toss sauce in it with it. And I
Wait, is it a rolling boil and is the heat still?
Do you
so
put
got
the
a
lid on
pot?
top?
Yeah,
gotta-
so I get the water and I wait for it to start boiling, and once it's boiling, like I don't turn the temperature down, nothing. I just leave it like that, and I just set the bags in there, and then I put
Still
the
on the
toss sauce in.
fire. Still heat on the. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just keep the boil
And I
going.
just boil it for like 30, 45 minutes, and then I throw it in the washer and dry.
Have you ever had a set of bags break on you?
Nope. I've done it for all 3 years I've been playing, and it's worked perfectly every time.
Well,
As a bag maker, it makes me cringe, dude, because I'm just so.
so I've tried everything.
Yeah.
I've tried boiling. I've tried the conditioner. I've tried everything. And boiling to me never really did that much. It was like no more than honestly just washing them, in my opinion. But I mean, I get why some people like it.
Yeah, have you seen some of the bags that have been boiled that the filler turns to brick because the
Yeah.
fill actually
Yeah.
it changes the fill, they stick together?
I have not seen that.
Well, now you know.
I think it was
I'm not gonna stop.
Maybe it was a Reynolds bag, I forgot, but for a while people were posting, don't boil these bags because the filler like bonds
Yeah.
together.
So next time, put a little podium potion in your boiling water, and you'll like your bags a little more.
We'll see.
Just a little more. All right.
Oh wait,
well,
which one do you use? Carpet Muncher or OG?
For the toss sauce,
Yeah,
I
or
think
nuked.
I think I use nuked.
Nuked?
I'm not sure. I think it's nuked. I haven't really paid attention.
do you pay attention?
I mean, I don't really read the bottle. I just know it's toss sauce. I think it's nuked. I'm like 80% sure it's nuked.
Are you sponsored? Do you get it for free?
I get it for free.
Okay.
I'm not sponsored, but like I go to BG to get bags, and like they have boxes.
Oh yeah, they sell toss sauce. How much do BG bags go for?
I think Wizards are 110, Sorcerers are 110. I think what's the Vikings are like 100. So they're all around 100.
Okay, how much is the Viper R? The
Probably like 125, something like that.
It was like 150 shipped.
Oh,
I bought them recently. Sorry.
I'm just wondering because ACL bags are expensive at the pro level. I mean, rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
But, all right, we got 20 seconds.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us for this segment.
All right, so next we're going to restart the camera. We're going to get into more of these guys' background. All right,
Yes.
how they got into cornhole, whose money they've taken, and we're getting into it right now.
Yeah, and we're back. It's the Texas Cornhole Show. I'm John. That's Grant. We've got the hottest hands in cornhole right now. Justin Burton Jr. and Sammy Soto.
We are here with the hey.
And I forgot to lock the door.
Oh, God.
It's not shut yet. Yeah. All right. So we're here with the Mr. 12 Podium Potion interviews of the week. Kinda. We're going to have another one on Wednesday. We have League Night.
We should drop this one. I should just get home and we'll drop it like tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
All right.
By the way, are y'all nervous about the Baghdaddy's Cornhole Challenge? Because you should be, because we're going to make it harder just for y'all.
No, because you said you did it, so it should be pretty easy.
To be clear, I haven't done it, but BG did it.
Even easier.
So, all right, guys, we want to talk about. So the game of cornhole is really evolving over the last evolving fast over the last couple of years, and I think the sky's the limit with it. Honestly, it just depends on the leadership in ACL, TCL, whatever cornhole leadership in general. Do they make the right decisions and try to go get the right sponsorships? Do they do they close the right TV deals? Do they have enough exposure? Right. So let's start with Sammy. How old are you?
15.
Can't even drive yet, right?
Nope.
Do you try?
Yeah.
Wait, have you started that process to get your driver's license?
Not yet.
Let's start it, because my kid waited too long and he didn't get it when he turned 16. So engage, get it done.
So, what is your plans or goals with cornhole? Where do you want to go with it?
Well, I heard a lot of people tell me to like go try to be a pro and go do this and go travel a lot, which I was trying to do this year, but everything was just so far. And ACL, you have to travel a lot. But I think I'm for sure going to try to do it next season by playing more juniors and just, I don't really want to make a career out of it because I can do so much more things, but I kind of want to do it at the same time.
So what are your interests outside of cornhole?
I like sports. I used to play baseball for 10 years. I played basketball for a couple years, and then I played football for a couple seasons.
Okay, you're not going to be a football or basketball player. You're too small, man.
Dang.
But you can be a great cornhole player.
Yeah.
You know, that's some advice for you. But so you want to go be a pro. You want to go travel, do that style. You're a freshman in high school, so you have a while before you can really commit to go. Like some of these pros go out and they show up to every single open. I'm surprised you're not doing it, honestly. Every single one.
Yeah, well, we try to go to most of them. Some of them are a little like the flights are like really expensive and they're far and we're not driving like 30 hours. So
this actually brings me to a great point real quickly. A lot of people have this misunderstanding about how sponsorships work in ACL. You're obviously a hot commodity. You should be able to get whatever you want from whatever sponsor. But even you are like, man, flights are expensive. I don't want to make that trip. Hotels are expensive. I don't want to do that, which is smart because you don't want to just drain your money trying to go out to all these events, right? So how do you've won a lot of money recently. I'm not going to ask how much. Are you saving? Are you spending? Or what are you looking to do with your money?
I'm saving it. I don't really like to spend money unless I have to.
Are you saving with a goal in mind, or are you just saving to be smart?
Right now, I'm just saving to be smart.
Okay, which is how you should do it, because at the end of the season, ACL is going to give you a tax form. You're going to have to pay taxes, which I think since they're winnings, you're going to be taxed a little higher rate. Smart to save your money.
You should just assume 40% of whatever ACL has sent you, you got to pay in taxes, which is probably not true, but I would just keep that number in mind. I would just keep that up. That's what I do. That's like the highest tax bracket, and just assume that's what you're paying. And if it's less than that, great. So free financial advice. I'm not giving professional advice.
Right.
So 40% is a good rule of thumb.
So we talked earlier, and let's say an individual goes and wins every single national, and they got sponsorships, whatnot. They might be making $100,000 to $120,000 in a year off their cornhole ability, right? if you had to guess, rough estimate, right?
Yeah.
But that's, you got to win all the time. So you break your elbow.
God.
What's the plan?
So left-handed.
That's why you're saving money, right?
Yep.
Okay, so these are the things where I'm hoping ACL kind of steps up later on, where they start giving these pros, I mean, something.
Insurance. Catastrophic insurance. That exists.
It does.
Lots of athletes get it too. If it's your primary source of income, you can get insurance to cover your winnings due to injury. I think there's a good, I don't mean to digress too far, but there's a golfer that was a really hot golfer, and I'm forgetting his name right now. But that's the rumor with him, that he hurt himself seriously. Probably could have gone back to being a professional golfer, but the insurance deal was pretty good, so he took the money.
Hey.
He's a local guy too, and I'm blanking on his name. Maybe I'll flash it on the bottom of the screen later.
So when I was 15 years old,
Anthony Kim.
going on 16, I was getting a job. I was trying to make some extra money. I didn't have cornhole. Where's your money going? Shoes? Because I know you'd be getting some
Yeah,
shoes.
he
dude.
buys like 30 pairs of Yeezys.
Yeah, just bought another set of another pair of Yeezys.
I think I saw you with a Supreme fanny pack.
Oh, that was Matt's, but yeah, I was with her. Yeah.
So it's, hey, I think we talked earlier. You're definitely going to work towards saving your money and whatnot. But hey, you're 15. You got money that other 15-year-olds don't have. So get some Yeezys. 30 pairs, ridiculous. But
Okay, it's like 7,
okay,
maybe
but
8.
I don't believe you, but yeah, I mean, I know y'all love y'all shoes. So
Yeah, well, Justin, when you're on TV and they show occupations, like a lot of cornhole guys, they don't have professional cornhole player as their occupation, but you do. So you're playing cornhole like a lot, like almost every
Full time,
day,
yeah. That's all I do is play cornhole.
just knocking down tournaments.
Yep, just playing every day, just practicing. If there's no tournament, I just play at home.
Was
But
that-
I try to go to tournaments as much as I can.
You did start in college, right? I think you said you'd done a semester.
Yeah, I went for a semester.
And then something happened, and you're like, I'm just going to play cornhole.
Yeah,
all
I
day.
qualified to become a pro, and then I was like, man, this is what I want to do. Since I started, like, when I first started, I saw like cornhole on TV, and I was like, oh, I wish I could do that one day. And then I got good enough. I was like, I actually can do it. And then I became a pro, and I was like, yeah, it was always my dream to be on TV. So that's pretty cool. So that's all I do now.
Yeah, and you handled yourself really well on television, too.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
that was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, you've done a good job on all the podcasts you've been on, and on TV, you've been a great representative of Texas cornhole.
Thank you.
the hair puts it together for Texas Cornhole, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm curious. I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat on. I'm not going to ask you to take your hat off, but I'm kind of curious to see. Like you might be the youngest, baldest guy I know.
No, there's a lot of hair there. I'm not taking the hat off though.
Get it.
Fair. Not asking you to.
Well, so Sammy, what's your plan? You said juniors, you're going to go try to be a pro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea in your head of who would be your pro partner down the road, or we're just going to cross that bridge when we get there?
Probably somebody who's local, and yeah, I know I talked to Gavin a little bit, but I don't know if he'll do it because he obviously just got on TV with Fisher, but probably somebody who plays close to me just so I can practice with him a lot.
Okay. Justin lives close to you.
Yeah.
But he just won a national championship.
Yeah, Logan just won a national. I can't take his partner like that.
Well, so team chemistry, that's kind of an interesting thing to talk about. I've heard you mention that a lot with Logan. Like, can you give me specifics? Like, what makes good team chemistry happen?
Just knowing each other's game and knowing how, like, what each other can do with which certain shots in certain situations, and then just knowing how to communicate what shots to do. And I feel like we do that pretty well with each other, so that's why it works out with us.
Do you guys change bags a lot, or you've been throwing the same bag from day one?
Normally, we've thrown Wizards pretty much since day one.
I think when you first came on the scene, I remember somebody saying you had like a set of Warlocks that was like your
Yeah,
bag.
so that was like last season, like early in the season, I had this one set of Warlocks that I was like in love with, and they were my favorite bags ever. And that's all I threw. And then they busted, and I cried.
It's because you boiled them.
Oh.
It was like 2 years later.
Oh, so you lied earlier.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
It didn't bust because of whatever.
You could have gotten another 30 rounds of the bags. You didn't boil them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, hot commodities. Y'all are doing great. Has any other, sponsorship-wise, has anybody tried to come through the door recently? Or just leaving you alone?
What do you mean?
In general, like you win a national, has anyone shot y'all a message like, hey, I would love to sponsor y'all with X, Y, and Z?
Oh, no, not yet.
Why?
I would
No,
think
I know
people
it's
would be beating your door
obviously
down.
you can't give me an answer to why, but that's weird to me that usually when you're successful, that's when you have the most people walk through your door.
You know, the cornhole market might be saturated. All these businesses might be, there's too many. You know, there's so many bad companies. There's so many, you know, cornhole companies right now. And that's probably why. And that's one of the signs, you know, people aren't beating his door down to be a sponsor, which is shocking. I mean, you've been killing it lately. I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah, sponsorship money, I mean, it's weird. I mean, they're...
You know how they do it in golf? They'll take a kid, forgive me for calling you a kid, a younger, new upstart who's really successful, and they pool their money together. You know, a bunch of guys want to fund this guy. They pay for all your trips, they pay for your hotels, they pay for your entry fees, but then they get a cut of your winnings. It's like a business decision. Like, we know if we pay this guy to go all over the country, he's going to win. So let's pay him to do it. And, well, it's a business deal. You know, I'm going to take half of your winnings, but I'm also going to pay for all this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that, well, we'll talk about it later, I guess. But it's an interesting business proposition. It happens in professional golf all the time. I make analogies to golf because that's kind of where I come from and what I've seen. Well, I just wonder if that also happening in golf, right? I mean, sorry, in cornhole. That same model.
The cornhole sponsorship it has to start evolving at some point. I feel like right now you have 4 companies that are just throwing all their money at almost everybody. And then those lower tier pros that we can argue should not be pros, I'll stand by that. They don't really get snatched up, to be honest with you.
It costs money to be a pro. A lot of these guys. Like, they're not making any money.
Is it still costing all $1,000 to be a pro?
Yeah, so it's $1,000, but it pays for all your entry fees to all the nationals and shootouts.
Oh, cool.
It's the same format as like TCL. You're a pro.
Kinda,
you pay,
yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Justin. How did you start playing cornhole? What got you into it?
So we just started playing in the backyard, like a family event. I think it was like the 4th of July or something along those lines. And they brought out the boards and we started playing. And I saw my uncle, because we didn't know, we all throw it like this, you know, not flat, whatever. My uncle was spinning it. And I was like, and he was going in. And I was like, what the heck? How are you doing that? So I started doing it and it was working. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then my dad, he found a league on Facebook and he joined it. And I wasn't his partner, but I would go just to, you know, watch, and I would do like the after league blind draws or whatever. And it was kind of fun. I'd get a couple second places or whatever. And then the next league after that, I joined with him as his partner. And then we were just playing every week, playing the blind draws, and we were partners for like the next 2 years after that.
So what area are you from?
Houston.
How much cornhole is going on in Houston?
It's a lot. There's somewhere to play pretty much every day. Well, whenever I don't live there now, but when I did, there was somewhere to play every day. I don't know how it is now, but there was a tournament every day of the week.
And you primarily did blind draws?
Yeah, it was blind draw league and then tournaments on weekends.
Oh, blind draw league.
No, blind draws and league. Yeah,
okay.
So there'd be blind draws Monday, Tuesday. I think there would be like a local BYOP on like Wednesday or whatever, and then like I had league Friday, and then I played tournaments Saturday.
That's a lot of cornhole. But that's how you get good. You know, you're just playing all the time. I mean, that's what I did when I played in every tournament I could. Never really practiced, just every tournament I could. So how did you get into cornhole?
Well, actually, my stepdad, Matt Longoria, used to play for like a couple of years before I did. And my dad used to always play in softball, like after their games, they'd go play. But I never really liked it until my stepdad showed me like a league, and I used to go over there to go practice with him. Not really like taking it serious or nothing, just like going over there just because I wanted to and nothing else to do. And then I just got into it more, and quarantine actually hit like right when I just like started taking it serious, and so I started practicing like every day.
You're bored?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not enough Fortnite to go around.
I remember the before quarantine Sammy and the post quarantine Sammy. It was
one was a little chubbier than the other.
Yeah, you came back after that quarantine and you were just beating everybody.
Yeah. Mostly Grant, yeah.
Mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, well. So, I mean, and Sammy, you have gotten really good really fast. I mean, you're still a punk, don't get me wrong. But
Thank you.
You have been getting really good really fast. I think you have plateaued a little bit. Justin, I think you have plateaued a little bit, but y'all are at y'all's peak. You should plateau. So, is there anything y'all would like to add to your cornhole games moving forward?
I mean, I think we both have pretty much all the shots. I think it's just getting more consistent at each shot, really.
So is there a shot specifically you wish you were better at hitting?
There's one shot that I can't hit to save my life, which is the bar soap.
I'm the same way.
I completely suck at that shot.
I think I probably need to work on my push shot a little more. I think I tend on like going with the roll shot but definitely a push shot I could work on.
So there's something similar with both of the things y'all are talking about, and it's creating power in your throw, right? With your throw specifically, you have a lot of arm. You don't use a lot of body. Like Gavin Cano, he's all body.
Yeah.
You're using a lot of arm, so it makes sense that long pushes or the bar of soap is difficult. And then push shots for you, I don't know what your deal is. What's your deal?
I don't know. I just like it just kicks up to the right every time. I guess I don't know. It's terrible though.
So
I think I've hit like 2 bar soaps in my life in game.
I
The
think
rest
I
have been
just
a lot
try
of
to
practice.
focus on more of throwing it hard rather than throwing it straight.
Yeah, like I have the strength to do it. It's just I lose accuracy when I throw it that hard.
Right.
So I can never hit the right spot.
Like Logan, he's big bodied, so he can do that. But
and Logan is probably the best I've seen at
Yeah, he's insane at that shot.
Yeah.
Like any chance there's a time to do it in a game, I'll tell him to just go for it. Because like he hits it 90% of the time.
He's good at it. He's the best
crazy.
I've seen at it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So what would you define your style of play?
Hole for hole. I just go in the hole. I try to just go in the hole and make people miss. I mean, not make people miss, but capitalize when people miss.
Okay, so it doesn't matter who you're playing, you're going hole for hole.
Yeah, most of the time.
definitely a block and roll game.
So here's the deal. I think you're right. You are a blocker and a roller. So why'd you not block Justin in singles?
I was
Well,
trying.
Because he just said he's hole for hole. So why would you not try to play that game, your game? You played his game.
The board's
Well,
SIG,
actually-
so that board we played on was insanely fast,
Yeah, it
and
was pretty
he
fast.
did try, and I think he hit like 2 blocks, but the rest of them he would just go in the hole. The board was too fast, we couldn't block unless you throw it like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah. But actually, we're talking about SIG, right?
Yeah.
SIG
Okay, so
3,
actually, I was gonna throw because I went from Wraths or Envies, one of those, and then I went to Ty's Blue Greets whenever I lost. But then after I played BG, I was practicing and somebody had spilled like a monster or something, and so I threw it off the bag, and the monster like got all over the bag. So I had to switch to like a Lust, which actually played really better.
So that's happened to me too. Someone spilled a drink
Me
on
too.
my bags. It's so annoying.
so bad.
Oh my gosh, I want to just punch them. I'm not going to, but man, it pisses me off. So, blue greed. You're more comfortable with those greeds than those lusts.
Yeah, only because they.
Whose
are so-
monster was it? Who do we got to find?
Honestly, it was probably mine.
When that happened to me, it was Austin McQuistion's drink. Then he put it down on the ground right behind the boards.
I think I
And then
remember
he
that.
missed.
I was mad at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was towards the end of a tournament. And I did get mad at him.
Yeah, I will say at SIGs, I think a lot of events, people put their drinks on the ground. It's annoying.
Yeah.
You know better.
Big old foam cup just filled with Dr. Pepper. Like, dude, find a cup holder, please.
So, Sammy, explain to me your psychology on this. Ever since I've known you, if you lose a game, you automatically want to throw different bags, period. If you lose a game, going to lose a bracket, odds are you're throwing a different set of bags. Why?
I mean, mostly it's my fault, but it's probably the speed on the bags or some things that, like in the game, the shots that I didn't hit that I know I would probably hit with a different bag. So I'd probably switch bags. That's why.
So, do you think it's almost like a mental reset, switching bags?
Yeah, mostly for me, yeah.
How do you approach it? I mean, you don't lose often.
I don't normally switch bags when I lose unless I'm just the bags are just super sticky and I'm just having trouble getting it up the board. Then I'll switch to faster set. But most of the time, if I lose, I don't blame it on the bag. I blame it on myself. So I just stay with the same bag.
So you like to have 2, maybe 3 sets of the same bag and break them in at different speed levels?
No. So like, I just try to have them. So I'll throw 1 set more. So they're obviously going to be slower. And so I'll have it broken in, but I haven't thrown it as much. So it'll be faster. So I was like, if this bag's too slow, the boards are too slow, I'll just switch to my other set because that I know is faster because I haven't thrown it as much.
Okay, so when you have your bag, you pretty much, or your backpack, I should say, or your Zuka, in your bag, you'll have bags for different levels of speed rather than just a feel of them?
So, I mean, I only really have 3 sets of bags. There's 2 sets of wizards and a set of mercenaries. So I have wizards that are really slow, and then I have a newer set of wizards that are broken in. I just haven't thrown them at all, so they're faster. And then I have the mercenaries, which I never really throw. People always come and take it, and they throw it themselves. I never really throw those. So it's really only wizards that I'm throwing. So I just have a really slow set, and I have a mid-faster set.
So this crazy run you've been on has been with basically 2 sets of wizards, the same ones?
Yes, so
started the Triple Crown. It was kind of your coming out party,
Triple
right?
Crown was with those blue wizards. national was with the Blue Wizards. The Open that I won my bracket in, I won my first 2 games with the Blue Wizards, but I was throwing them super hard and they didn't want to do that, so I switched to my other set, and I won my bracket with that.
So when you travel with them, are they on your person, or you check your luggage?
Well, normally when I travel, if we're flying, I either have them in. If I just take those 2 sets and I don't want to take my Zuga, I just put them in my carry-on bag or whatever. But if I take my Zuga, then I just leave them in my Zuga and I check them in.
So, Sammy, when you're getting your Zuka ready for SIG, how do you approach what bags you put in your bag?
I usually have to have, I don't carry a bunch of multiple sets of one set of bag, like one set of Greed or one set of Wizards or something, anything like that. I usually have, a really slow set, one that I can control, and, a really fast set in case the boards are, really slow.
Does it matter to you how fast a bag is? Do you feel like you can roll it?
Depends how I like it in my hand. If it feels good, then I think I can roll any bag, but it just depends what bag. Yeah.
You got anything, John?
Well, I mean, you guys are kind of the studs in Texas right now, and so a lot of kids are looking up to you and wanting to be just like you, right? So do you have any advice?
I mean, I am a kid, so I guess I'm looking up to him.
Yeah.
I mean, just practice. I mean, that's really all I can say. Just try to stay out of your head. I mean, I've been there. Trust me, I know I've gotten really mad before, but try to stay out of your head and just put in the work and you'll get there.
So I've heard you say that phrase before, get out of your head. What do you mean by that?
So, getting mad at yourself if you miss a bag, and then, since you're mad at yourself, you miss the next bag, and then you get more mad, and then you miss the next bag. You just gotta be like, okay, I missed. It's fine. I got 3 more bags to go. Just put those next 3 bags in the hole.
So this is self-talk? Are you saying these words in your head?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the right frame of mind to keep, because here's the deal. You're playing a 21. Missing 1 bag will not kill you. Missing 2 bags will not kill you. You're giving up 4 points. The worst case scenario, you give up 12. The worst case scenario, you give up 12 points. You still have 9 more points to give up. Keep playing your game. Why do you get so frustrated? It's a long game.
Yeah.
You have proven how long a game can be with 38 rounds, but it's just stay out of your head.
Is there a record for the ACL's longest game?
52, I believe.
Do you know who it was?
It was Devin Harbaugh and Ryan Smith, and it was at a regional. It was recent. Yeah, it was at a regional. It was 52 rounds. It was on live stream also.
Any idea what the PPRs are like?
I think Devin threw a 10-9-2 or something like that, and then Ryan threw a 10-8. It was like a 10-9, 10-8, something like that.
That's nuts, man. To throw a 10-8 for 52 rounds and you're a loser. Mm-hmm. That's tough. That's tough, dude.
Is that targeted towards me?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gave up a lead.
I mean, second place is pretty good, right? Had to beat a lot of guys to get there.
No one remembers second. I'm going to be hard on you. I don't care. I'll be hard on you. Here's the deal. I'm going to be the most hard on Sammy, but when Sammy wins, I'm going to give him all the flowers. Period.
All of them?
That's how you have to approach it, man. That's
Do you
really
have a favorite kind of flower? An orchid, perhaps?
Oh, no.
Just
They all
flower.
smell the same, yeah,
What?
in my opinion.
Your girlfriend must not like you if you just think flowers are all the same. So, all right. Well, we're getting pretty far into it. We're at 23 minutes.
Okay, I got questions. So when you throw your cornhole bag, are you looking at a particular target? Are you looking at the hole? Are you let's say it's a push shot, right? Are you aiming for the bag that you're going to push? Are you looking at the hole? Do you have a visual discipline, something you're looking at?
Okay, so for open board, I'm looking at the hole. Airmail, I look at the hole. If I'm going to push a bag, I look at the bag, where I want to hit the bag at.
So you're looking at the bag you're going to hit?
Yeah, and then for airmail drag, I look at the bag that I'm trying to hit. So I look where I want to throw it.
So with the not open airmail, but a non-drag airmail, are you looking at a part of the hole, or is it just the hole in general?
Yeah, so say I'm not trying to hit back left. It's they got a hole, they got a bag hanging right side. I'm trying to go over bag, hit left side. I'm looking at back left of the hole.
Got
so
it.
I look where I want to throw my bag.
And so sometimes when I watch you play, you'll kind of look down. It seems like you're resetting yourself, and then you look up and kind of throw right away. So are you visualizing what you're going to do, and then you look at it? What's happening there?
I don't really know. This is what I do. It's just comfortable. I mean, after I throw my bag, I look down, and then they throw their bag, and I look up, and I just see what their bag does.
So in bowling specifically, they won't watch their opponent throw or bowl, whatever you want to say, whatever the word is for it, because if they don't want to see a miss.
Right.
So, I mean, I've tried to that strategy sucks for me because I got to watch what's going on personally, but it seems like it's a little bit of what you do. It's almost like you don't want to watch a miss.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, maybe. I don't really know why I do it. It's just comfortable. It's just what I do.
At this point.
Yeah, it's just habit. I just do it.
I think Matt Guy does that. I don't know how he does to where he doesn't watch the opponent throw the bag. And I just have to see what's going on. And
What's your opinion of that guy?
He's really good.
Do you know, but as a person?
Oh. I mean, I don't really know him that much as a person. I haven't really talked to him at all.
So I've heard the younger group of ACL players do not like Matt Guy. Do y'all know anything about that? Heard anything about that?
I've heard some people say he's a douche or whatever, but
He's a big D.
yeah, big
BigDBag.com. Get your bags at www.bigdbags.com.
So yeah, I mean, okay, Justin. When you go into a pro event and you gotta play Matt Guy, what are you thinking? Anything? Do you care?
I don't really care who I play. No, not really.
That's the right mindset to have.
I'm the
so you
number one
don't-
in the world. It doesn't matter.
Right. So
Well,
just
even
like
before I was number one, I never really try to pay attention to who I'm playing against. I just try to go, just play my game, and because if you think about who you're playing against, you're just gonna get in your own head. You're gonna get nervous. You're like, oh, I'm playing that guy, and then you're just gonna throw bad. So
Right.
I know that if I play to my best ability, that I can beat anyone. So I just don't worry about who I play against, and I just go to the board and play my game.
And your game is hole for hole. Every bag goes in the hole.
I try to, yes. Most of the time, I'm trying to go on. I only block if I have to, and I only roll when I need to. I'm not like a block and rolling.
How long did it take you to figure out that roll bag?
Oh, well, so when I first learned it, it took me 2 weeks, and I learned it, and I was super good at it. I was rolling like crazy, but my airmail was awful. So I stopped rolling, and I started practicing my airmail. And then my airmail got really good, and then my roll was trash. So I was like, what the heck? Why can't I just have both? So
Yeah.
so I started working my roll a little bit more, and my airmail is still pretty good, but my roll is good, but it's really inconsistent. So I'm still working on my roll bag a little bit.
Yeah, what is that? Why? Do you have any theories about why that's happening? Because everybody is saying this. When you work on your roll bag, you lose your airmail or your slide gets affected.
Because I think it's all about the wrist change rather than throwing it kind of like a flat bag. You have to turn your wrist. So
It's the release and delivery is different.
yeah, the release. Yeah.
And they get so used to that, so then they'll start doing it on their slide shot, and then they ended up rolling on an open board.
So Sammy, I feel like rolls and airmail's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a different technique of roll than other people?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so we got a bag right here. What's your grip when you go for a roll shot?
I think I try to hold it a little more fill in my bag rather than my regular shot, just so I can get it comfortable in my hand enough to where I can turn my wrist with it.
Okay, so it's all about the wrist for you.
Yeah.
So I asked Justin how to throw a roll bag, and he said pinky up.
Great tip.
Is it the same thing for you?
Well, that's how I naturally hold my bag anyway. So
Pinky up?
Pinky up, yeah.
Another thing for you, when you flip over to slick side, what does anything change for you mentally? Because I've said that when it comes to switching from slow to slick, I think you are the best at doing it. The best. I haven't seen anybody just flip to a slick side and just go through bags the way you do.
I guess just the speed. It's way more faster, so I don't try to throw it as hard. But like I said, my push shot's not that good, so
Well, you don't give yourself enough credit.
no.
It's pretty good.
So 2 minutes left. We'll try to give you a minute apiece. So Justin, go ahead. If you got 1 minute to just think who you want to thank, shout out who you want to shout out. It's your time.
All right, well, I got to shout out all my sponsors. So BG, TWT, what I'm wearing right now. Then we'll go Coons Customs, King of the Hole, AJ Sports, and then TC, I'll go Olympus Cornhole and Glenn. I mean, wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without them. And then I just want to shout out my family, my parents. I mean, big supporters, so I appreciate them.
Well, they should be proud.
Super proud.
Any codes you got for any of those businesses?
No, not currently.
Well, tell them to get one. All right, Sammy, go ahead.
I just want to shout out to my family for always supporting me and taking me to all my events and just always being there for me. And I'll shout out to Center Cornhole for doing what they do and helping me. And AJ's Sports for just a great venue and great people in just general.
Well, Y'all ready for the Baghdaddy's Cornhole Challenge?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, if y'all can succeed, you'll have 60 seconds, 2 air mails, 2 slides off the board in front of you, all right? You'll be using Baghdaddy bags. They have the floater. They have the
Yo-yo.
yo-yo. The yo-yo is probably the best of the lot. The
My favorite.
Yes, the and one. It starts with a C. I'm a blonde guy. I forget things sometimes, all right? So we're going to get out there. We're going to throw it. See if
Crossover?
they can do it. That's old. The crossover's money, though.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go out there. Let's see if you can do the challenge, win some people some money. Make sure for everyone out there to share the podcast and put your cash tag or your Venmo name so we can get you paid. All right, catch you out there.
See you.
Later.
All right, Sammy's going to have 60 seconds. 60 seconds. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, take 2. Baghdaddy's Cornhole Challenge. JBJ. 3, 2, 1, go.